our most recent video. Hope you checked it out. Night at the Video Game Museum.
Yeah.
And it's on our YouTube channel. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. You know what? If you have seen it, go watch it again.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's stuff you missed.
Yeah, I bet you missed details.
You missed so much detail because we actually got to go on site to the world's first, well, I can't speak for the whole world, but America's first official video game museum, the National Videogame Museum, straight out of the heart of Texas. It's actually, I don't even know if it's open yet. Has it just opened?
It is open now.
Yeah,
it is open now.
I'm seeing people showing up in Mega64 shirts.
Yeah,
nice.
There's been pictures all over Twitter, people going and wearing our shirts.
That's cool.
It's just recently been open, but we got invited down there a few months ago, actually, before everything was finished, and they asked us to come and hang out. They gave us free reign of the facility, basically. They just said, hey, we think it'd be cool if you make a video. You make a lot of video game videos. We have a great video game themed building. Come check it out.
That was basically it. It was just like, if you make a video here, you got free reign. And it really was that. They unlocked the doors, let us in,
and then walked away.
Here's all the exhibits. Anyway, we got to get to work.
No,
all right, bye.
honestly, they had like exhibits that are like priceless. They have the greatest video game collection available, and they just left us in the whole museum for like 8 hours.
But they're all locked, right?
No,
they're not.
At the time, I don't think they were. They are now, I think.
They're locked now, but it was still under construction at the time, so everything was like being loaded and unloaded, and you could slide stuff open. And
you could have stolen one of Ralph Bayer's brown boxes.
Honestly, we could have. I shouldn't say this. But yeah, for that video, we had to like move stuff around. They gave us free reign, and nobody was there to tell us what we could do and couldn't do. So it's like, yeah, this is a museum display. We need this out of our shot.
I mean, we didn't. Nothing was affected. Nothing was harmed.
Everything that we dropped like a Virtual Boy. And all that stuff, but we brought that on our own to drop.
Yeah, because there are some people who were worried in the comments. We just want to make it clear. We brought our own prop, destructibles. Okay, we have our video game collection of our own, which we sacrificed for the sake of this video.
Yeah.
And
the Dreamcast and the Virtual Boy and all that stuff.
Yeah. What's funny, I think, about this video is we really didn't have a plan. They kind of just flew us to Texas, and it was real like run and gun. We were there for basically a day. And so we didn't know what the facility would really look like. We had a rough idea of what we wanted to film, but we kind of had to get there and like scope it all out and be like, okay, now we see what we can work with. So we filmed this video, and then only in the course of editing it later did we kind of decide like, hey, this would be better in a movie trailer format.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like a last minute decision. And, you know, in the past few weeks, we've been flying all over, going to different events. We were actually in San Francisco for GDC, preparing for the award shows up there. This video still wasn't done. We were still working on it, and we thought, hey, this is the perfect chance to get one last little cherry on top for this video, a Cliff Bleszinski cameo.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta get a Cliff. You gotta get at least one Cliff a year. So that was our quota for this year.
Yeah, so that was our Cliff quota for the year.
Yeah.
And shouts out to Cliff.
Yeah. As always, great cameo.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing work.
That museum was really, really cool.
Yeah,
if anyone's in Frisco, Texas, definitely check it out.
Yeah.
You know what? There were so many cool exhibits and all that stuff.
I'm sure everybody will be in Frisco, Texas.
What blew me away the most was the painting on the walls. And it was so well done, and everything was hand painted, and it looked like it was a picture put on the. It was so crazy. It was so crazy.
So go to the Video Game Museum in Frisco, Texas. Yeah. Check it out for yourself. It is really cool. Right. I actually think it's an important museum.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
They explained to us when we were there. I thought this was really interesting. There are 2 museums in the United States dedicated to carrots. 2 separate
what the fuck?
2 separate carrot museums. This is the first video game museum in America.
Just think of the relevance in pop culture today.
Yeah. There's a museum for everything. In San Diego, we have a train museum. We have a car museum.
Forever, though, people looked at video games as toys for kids.
And
it's only within the last 10 years that you find adults accepting the fact that it's okay that I still go home and play video games.
I think
not being embarrassed.
because the adults now are us.
Yeah.
Totally. Right. Oh, that's what it took.
Grew up. So this is the first. They've had video game exhibits in different museums. This is the first museum dedicated just to this art form.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think you're right because I think, in Japan, I went to this Pac-Man. It was like an exhibit, but it was a temporary exhibit, so they showed all the Pac-Man and stuff. But that was it. Yeah.
I think it's a matter of time before the Smithsonian recognizes the importance of the video game museum.
Yeah.
And they're going to take this and they're going to put it in the official congressional library.
Yeah.
To preserve for history.
I was going to say, Smithsonian had a video game thing too. They had a whole exhibit. Actually, we've met the guy who ran that, and it was really, really cool. But again, even that I think is gone now.
Right.
So yeah,
they're going to absorb that. And let me tell you, because we got in the good books of the dudes running this place, because we were so cool and they were so cool, we made the friendship connection. They agreed to play Mega64 videos in the museum. Oh, yeah, baby!
In the museum.
So when the Smithsonian comes calling, that's right. Mega64 snuck in once again into the history, the fabric of American history. We were already on the space station.
That's true.
They already wrote Mega64 on the space station. We already took over space.
Yep.
They already put Mega64 on Saddam Hussein's throne.
Yep.
Yeah,
So we conquered the Middle East.
True.
Now we're going to take over Washington, baby, and nobody can stop us.
Yeah. I legitimately, when the museum first reached out to us, that was, it just sounded like the plans were so cool and there was nothing else like it. And I remember the first thing Derek said was, I really feel like beyond just wanting to go to this museum and, okay, it's cool, whatever, beyond that, it really feels like this is the beginning of something really important and significant and special, you know? And I remember you said, we got lunch or something, and you were like, man, it would be worth everything if there was just like something about Mega64 in that museum. Like then that's like a way we've made it almost, you know? And sure enough, when we were there, we just brought up the idea of, hey, if you want to play any of our videos on that installation over, because they have a big installation when you first walk in.
You can see it in the video when we first walk in.
Yeah, a bunch of screens.
It's this grid of like golden consoles, video games, and TVs playing like old video game commercials, old episodes of Icon off G4. I think that was the show, right?
Icons, something like that. Yeah.
Old G4 video game shows and the latest edition, our videos.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say is I've been getting pictures all weekend of people who walked into the museum. Whoa, didn't expect this, and they're right at the entrance when they walk in, and it's Derek with the eye patch in the Metal Gear video,
it's so cool.
or me
so
reaching
funny.
to Nicole in the Eco video, like videos old and new, and that really
next step, they should put your merch in the gift shop.
Oh
there you
my
go.
God!
That'd
They
be
should. They
I
should.
agree. Yeah.
Get
Hey,
some
I
hats
also
or
want to say
something.
that the room we filmed in the beginning of the video is also in the museum. They have a recreated bedroom from the 90s and living room from the 90s.
So it worked out perfect.
80s from the 80s.
We could do everything we needed in that one facility.
Yeah, that's a good point. The whole video was filmed in the museum, including the bedroom scene, and we didn't show off the living room, did we?
No, we didn't.
No, we never
There's
did.
like a cool living room in there.
I've seen
it's
photos.
a really cool place.
That living room is like comforting because it looks like living
old
rooms.
house, yeah.
that I hung
Hey,
out in with my friends
when
when
I
I was
was
a kid.
I just have these memories of everything being like wood paneled
Yeah.
brown.
This
And
was all
that
shit
living
from the
room-
70s that got left
That old
to our
like
parents.
brown wood paneling was like comforting. Yes.
Let's take a moment to talk about aesthetic for a second. So that I remember too. Anytime you're going over a friend's house or my cousin's friend or this or that, it looked like that. But I will say, I will speak as an Italian American. What a big reason why I liked the Godfather movies so much is that anytime I went to an Italian relative's house, it was that Godfather aesthetic of the walls being stone. You know, like that. Like in that movie, every house they go to, it's like it's made. What do you call that? It's like almost like it's
brick?
made out of stone. Like, or I don't know how to describe it.
They didn't have wallpaper?
No, it was like that same kind of
Wallpaper?
I don't know.
I don't
Going
know how
over
to
to a bunch of
describe it.
immigrants' houses. No wallpaper.
I don't know how to describe it. Like that kind of stonework.
I don't know how to. I don't know.
I'm thinking of Godfather.
I
Eric
don't know
likes
what the word
it.
is either.
Stone.
But anyways,
But so that was it was appealing to me in a different way. It just reminded me of that. That's all.
so that's at the museum too. Go for yourself. See what walls you discover and what it reminds you of. Email us. What are the
Griffin
museum?
Toe in the chat says this bit is failing. Guys, the bit is failing. You might want to time him out so he doesn't see any more of this bit.
When
You
did,
put 'em on-
did we start
it's not
that? I
getting
didn't
any
even do a bit.
Give him
Yeah,
a punishment.
Yeah. Oh man, I really thought the bit was working.
It was working so bad. Oh, fuck it.
Grim Reaper's about to show up. You fucked up.
Man, I'm so sorry for that, you guys. Anyway,
Those guys, though, they've been working on that Video Game History Museum for quite a long time. We've known about this like 6-7 years coming, I think. They used to.
They've been.
They used to bring all the stuff to conventions.
Our friend Frankie hooked us up a long time ago and talked to them.
And they even told us.
Always been trying to get a physical location. It's so awesome to see that their hard work is like finally like this has happened. It's physically opened.
They told us that they have so much stuff they can't even fit it all in the museum. Their collection.
And the museum is
huge.
It was a huge museum.
It's a big museum. But
congratulations to those guys.
Stretching it out and stuff. Anyways,
cool. So that's
that's cool.
Yeah, those guys are awesome.